Alright, what's going on YouTube? This is Otis here, and today I'm going to talk about, what if you could customize your camo and the paint jobs even for the vehicles in Battlefield 3. And first I'm going to start off with I'm talking about the gameplay first real quickly. I just had those like 2 quick kills on this map, and then one guy I thought was pretty funny hiding in a little dumpster there, which I haven't seen before yet, and then I actually end up killing him again in the helicopter when he's getting in the dumpster later. And I end up getting 9 kills in the helicopter in about like 3 minutes or so, maybe a little more than 3 minutes, I don't know, 3.5. And first I'm gonna start out with the camo. I would say if you could customize it a little bit better, maybe for the soldiers, I think you should at least be able to do that. And what kind of camo would you guys go? Do you guys go with more like with a tactical camo on certain maps, or would you go for like a flashy, like almost like I would say like flamboyant, almost like camo for your soldier? When it's not going to be really good tactically, but maybe it would look funny or look cool. So that'd be pretty interesting. I'd probably go with the more tactical one, at least most of the time. I would say maybe screw around, maybe go with like a jungle camo, like on like this map. If you could like run around with that, because I know they have the certain like types of camo, but it's not really customizable. I would say, at least for the soldiers and the ground units. I wish you could actually get in there and maybe screw around with like, the shades and stuff. I know I think it was SoCon Confrontation did that really well, where you could like go and change up your whole camo and stuff and customize it, instead of just having just like certain layouts, where you could like go and have like urban like pant legs if you wanted it, and maybe like a jungle like top. I mean, I think that should have at least been in this game, because makes a little bit more sense, at least having to do that and just build a like extra customizable thing. And I think too, for this game, because there's like I think it's like 145 or 150 levels or whatever they can go through, and I think the patterns themselves probably should have been spaced out a little bit more. But that's up to them, really. And then my next thing I want to talk about is what would be cool if you could customize the paint jobs for like the vehicles, for like the helicopter and the tank and stuff. So I think that'd be pretty awesome. If you could like camouflage the helicopters, like the little birds and the Z11, because the Z11 is just this big brown spot that you always can pretty much see. But it'd be pretty interesting if you could change your helicopter color and it's like white or blue or gray, and when you're in the sky, it's a lot harder to see. Maybe like if you have the right type of camo on, depending on like your background, is the only time they're going to see you to be is if you're actually shooting things. I know it's almost kind of like that now if they're really, really far away, and sometimes don't even like kind of show up and stuff when they're far away. And I do end up spawn camping these guys right here for a minute, and that's just because the game before that we just got so hardcore spawn camp that it was just pretty ridiculous. So I got my payback, which was pretty nice, and they end up getting like a headshot like towards the end. But I would probably maybe even go with like a Red Baron type paint style when I'm in the helicopters, just because I've got so many kills in them, and I just think it'd be pretty interesting to have have maybe like that like type of a thing. It's like come try to shoot me down, and yeah, it'd be interesting. I know, because like the little birds too, like they're black, so they could maybe like camouflage in certain spots. It'd be pretty interesting maybe if you had like a like a gray or like dark blue, and you're coming in to attack the Russians. And I think it'd be maybe even be a little bit easier to not get spawn camp so much, and even like for the vehicles too. Like if the LAV, like if you camouflage that to like the C color, like the light blue or like dark blue, and when they leave the carrier, they'd be a little bit harder to see. You'd still be able to lock onto them like normal, like if you had like the guided shell or something like that. But it just overall it'd be a lot harder to use, and maybe you'd have people actually spotting a little bit more too, which would be pretty interesting. I know if you maybe you could have like a jungle color for the tank or something, and yeah, you could hide, like in Caspian Border, if you had like maybe a little bit better of a camouflage, you'd be able to hide the tank a little bit better when you're trying to lock on to the planes and the helicopters. Although certain times it's pretty easy to lock onto them most of the time and whatnot. And for the Jeeps, even like right here, even though I know I take this and I run the people over, like what if this was more of like a desert camo? Because it's just like a just like a plain like grayish color. Like it should be like more camouflage. Like you should be able to customize them, I think. I mean, I don't know what kind of paint jobs you would do. I would definitely maybe go with like a even like a bright yellow or some like weird like thing. That's what I'd probably do for the Jeeps and just end up screwing around. I mean, you'd probably be seeing more in the distance and whatnot. But you know, what kind of paint jobs would you guys like and do? I'd probably definitely go more tactical with the with my player and the tanks, 'cause I'm horrible in them. I'd probably go more, you know, bring it on, try to kill me, like Red Baron style paint job with a bright red helicopter in the air. But you know, if you guys ended up liking the video, give it a thumbs up. If you're new to me and my channel, please subscribe. All right, thanks for watching.